It's week 9 of the NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Texans and the Jets, next on Madden Football.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
Watson's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Faking the give. Now Watson finds a seam inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38.
That's the way to make it work.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. To throw is Watson. He gets it to Cooks. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, of course, you want to find the end zone, but, you know, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think? Right? You go out there, get the 3 points. Now, look, it's not going to silence this crowd. It might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 7 yards the pick up there. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Michael Carter. There's what Carter did in last week's effort. 18 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
On first down, Sherman. It's complete to Brown, right side. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw on second down. Sherman, he's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running left on the handoff, Carter. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Jets have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Michael Carter who finished it all off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted them. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run now with Gaskin. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on 3rd. Now Watson. Nice stick, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Michael Carter and the Jets offense ready to get back to work.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Desmond King back deep. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he powers his way up past the 30. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Watson's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Looking downfield for Godwin.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 43-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Back to throw again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Malik Collins never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson.
He'll get this out wide to Gaskin.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Gaskin. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Let's go. Let's go.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the air now with Watson. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
Finding Gaskin underneath. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
This is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Watson now to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Quentin Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the gun, Watson. His throw incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Rosa's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Sherman. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Looking to throw. Sherman. That's complete to his running back, Carter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Come on, fellas.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long hand?
Breaks the tackle, now an alley. Always got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 37. A huge play there for Houston. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Watson off play action. Man open is Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Yeah, that's a pretty throw right there. It's man coverage on the left side of the field, and this is some really good footwork by his receiver. Able to create some space at the top of his route, and the ball's delivered right on time.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Watson on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Watson. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have retaken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And he puts this one through as the lead moves to 13-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Sherman. It's a 1st down and more for Davis. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. On 1st and 10, Sherman. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. To throw on 2nd down, Sherman. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's Carter. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. Next, let's get over to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Anthony Schwartz, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Terrace Marshall, a touchdown reception. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Jets, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. To throw on third down, Sherman. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Bring it!
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Sherman. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They go play action here on first down. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a big play that time by the Jets. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's a give to Carter. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll run with Carter. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run here with Mason. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Ben Mason, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets can take the lead now with the extra point. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Blankenship out for the point after. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So an agile move, but not a big gain. Down right near the 25. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Looking to throw on second down. Sherman. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Tough sequence there for the offensive line.
Well, it gives us a chance to shine a little spotlight on the defensive linemen, on the defensive tackles. They don't normally get a bunch of praise, but it all starts there, doesn't it? If you're going to have a good run defense, they have to hold the point of attack and make plays, as they just did there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Sherman. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Sherman. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. This from 54 yards away. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length. Because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know? Maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this one is incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A 3rd quarter now, and a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Sadly, that's the type of run we've seen from these guys this year, ranked 32nd last in the NFL.
But there is good news because there's nowhere to go but up. Unfortunately, up might have to wait until next season.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Zach Pascal, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2. and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Sherman. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on first down. Carter. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Throwing on first down. Sherman.
They'll set up the screen to Carter.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. A handoff for Carter.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Gets around him, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
And they'll run here with Carter.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Jets on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Sherman.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And Brown's got it. He's got a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Off the option, here's Gaskin. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now it's Watson. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Gaskin again on second down. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's taken down inside the 30. 58 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Five yards remain on second down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Texans on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Watson now to throw. An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. A fourth-quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they caught a break with that missed field goal. Instead of being tied, they now sit in the fourth-quarter driver's seat, still up 3. Smith with a first down and more. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line.
These guys certainly not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Carter. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Sherman. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
That's how we do.
Jonathan Grenard. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. The Jets on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and a mile. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And it'll add 3 more to the lead and pushes it up to 6. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
And now out comes Houston. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's Watson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. It's taken to the 26. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll run with Carter. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 89 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On first down, Sherman. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And he's got this down to the 35. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On first and 10, Sherman. He'll dump this off to Carter, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Back to the ground with Carter. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Carter. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Carter. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Going for it, it's Carter. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Jets, they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Houston, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.